Welcome to Why Buy. Let's talk about the Carbon Reveal helmet from Fox. I raced motocross for a number of years, and I'll never forget the day when I got the first Fox helmet that I ever owned. I had quite a bad spill and got a concussion. After you get a concussion, you got to get a new helmet. You can't keep wearing it. And there was one that really stood out for me. That'd be this one right here. The first thing that I noticed, the design. I mean, at the time, no one really had a helmet like this. I saw a Supercross race and Ricky Carmichael was sporting this, and I was like, I wonder if I could ever get one of those. And it was kind of the first time I went out into the track with a really flashy helmet, and I could tell everybody was jealous. I had a few spills on that one, and I needed to upgrade again and get a new helmet. I went back to Fox to see what kind of designs they had. The Carbon Reveal helmet stood out for me because when you're getting into this tier of helmet, you want something that's going to protect you but also look really good. So out of the box, what comes with the helmet? Well, for one, you get the helmet, a really nice carrying case, and you also get a spare visor. One of the features that I like about the Carbon Reveal is the ventilation in these helmets. Now, I do some snowmobiling. And I also ride dirt bikes in the summer. And naturally, as you ride the more and more, your head becomes like an oven, and the helmet just incubates and gets a lot of heat. Now, one thing you'll notice with the Fox helmet is that there's so much ventilation happening in the design of the helmet. You'll see it, along the face of it, along the mouthpiece, along the top, and this all flows through the helmet and then actually comes right out the back. This might not be so good if you're snowmobiling a lot, but what I found that helped me, belly clava. So they're fairly inexpensive, and it's basically a sock for your head. And you would wear something like this, if you're going out winter riding, just keeps, some of the heat in, even if you have a well-ventilated helmet like this. Another important feature of the Fox helmet, you don't want to be kind of stuck to buying strictly Fox products sometimes. You may want to change it up and alternate your style, especially if you're snowmobiling, for example. I really liked these goggles from Smith. They're well insulated, well padded, and even in a big frame set of goggles, these will fit in here quite nicely. That way you're not limited to the different kind of gear that you can get. And you'll notice just with the design, it seals up quite nicely to limit the amount of snow and debris coming into your face while you're riding. If you're, not partial to having all Fox gear like I am, you might want to go for something that's, stylish and can work well with it. I have a pair of goggles here that I got when I bought the helmet. Nice tear-off system already built into the lenses, and it suits the design well and looks really sharp on there. You really want to protect your head. That's the main purpose of buying a helmet. And Fox introduced in their newer helmets the Multi-Directional Impact Protection System. Mips for short. You can see in the padding behind it, there's a yellow shell inside. So what this system does, if you can imagine your head and the shell of the helmet going over top, when you have an impact onto the helmet, it's going to want to rotate the helmet, yanking on your head, which can give you a neck injury or increase the risk of concussion. So with that shell inside, the shell stays put with your head, and then the helmet rotates around the shell. One thing I really like about Fox's design, they've really kept in mind how important it is to wash the insert in the helmet. And they've just done a very clever button system that it just pulls out, and you can just throw these in the wash, which is fantastic because after even a day's riding, I know personally, these can start to smell pretty bad. But yeah, the whole helmet comes apart inside, even the main shell. There are alternatives on the market where you can get to the similar weight and safety, but really you get what you pay for with Fox. It's a carbon fiber helmet. It's lightweight. But I have held and worn a Bell helmet and the Shoei helmet, back to back, And albeit I think this is a little bit heavier of the three, it wasn't enough for me to compromise on the design and the style that I really wanted. So I ended up going with this. And, you know, if you look closely, it's a beautiful carbon weave design in the helmet. It's subtle, but when looked at closely, man, does it stand out and look nice. Fox is, in my opinion, one of the best designers when it comes to gear. And that's really my favorite thing about this helmet. There's so many choices out there of what you can get, but when you're out there, you're having fun, you want to look good doing it. You know, the comments that people always say, like, man, that's a nice helmet. And if you can't make everyone jealous with your riding skill, at least you will with your choice in designed helmet. If you guys thought this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, show your support, and thanks for watching. Very easy to remove. Very easy to remove. But I have trouble with buttons sometimes. This is your brain. This is your brain on Mips. And there you have an easy to remove liner that you can throw in the wash and makes for a nice hat. Do you like helmets?
Do it.
I like helmets.
Let's talk about this helmet.